our day. Get them.
There's no excuses, there's only results, and there's only the desire to get to the top.
They don't really hire guys that can't handle the pressure.
Everybody knows what I expect, and they work really hard not to have any mistakes.
The American Motorcycle Association sanctions the biggest motorcycle road racing series in North America, and the premier division of this nationally televised series is known as the Superbike class. The best riders and the top pit crews from across North America come to compete on these two-wheeled cruise missiles that have been clocked at over 200 miles per hour. This is motorcycle racing pushed to the limit. And each summer, road racing enthusiasts flock to these road circuits by the thousands to see the top names in motorcycle racing. This weekend at the Mid-Ohio circuit, AMA multi-time champion Miguel Duhamel and his longtime crew chief Al Ludington are gearing up to take on more than 37 other professional riders and teams. At the top of the pack this year, Team Suzuki has been virtually unstoppable, with a solid lock on both first and second place. But Team Honda is pushing hard in third, and are not going down without a fight. Duhamel is one of the most skilled riders on the planet, and his pit crew are the best in the business. And if Team Honda can break the Suzuki lock, they will have a solid chance of winning the coveted AMA #1 plate.
We're here at Mid-Ohio. It's the first weekend in August. Good time to be in Ohio, nice and hot. We're 7 rounds left in a 19-round series, so we're about 2/3 of the way through the season. Bike's been getting better all the time, and we're hoping to post a win, and we want to start with it here this weekend.
Although an AMA pit crew can have up to 10 members, the 3 key positions are crew chief, chassis technician, and engine technician. The crew chief is responsible for the big picture and dictates not only all work to be done on the motorcycle, but also calls the shots during a race. All major engine modifications are done to the motorcycle before it arrives at the track, but both the chassis technician and the engine technicians are always trackside during a race weekend, ready to make adjustments and ready for any emergency situation. These bikes are the leading edge of the wedge. State-of-the-art two-wheeled technology pushed to the max, and only the best technicians can make them fly.
I've got a real solid crew right now. I've got a lot of depth to my crew. My engine builder, Dave Pressler, came from a 2-stroke background and switched over to 4 strokes when we brought him over. He's dedicated to his engines, to say the least. If anybody's going to have an ulcer over engine performance, it's Dave. I've got 2 chassis guys. I've got Bryce Eichelberger, who comes from a hot rod and fabrication background. That guy can make anything out of nothing, which comes in real handy when you're out on the road and you've got to start fixing things and whatnot. He works hand in hand with Chris Vandervoort, who's been working on chassis for about 5 years now. They work real tight together, and Miguel and myself are very pleased with their performance.
On a race weekend, the chassis technician is the key man in the pits. When a tire needs to be changed fast, he's the man for the job. Look past the engine and you'll discover that no one knows the Superbike as well from the ground up as the chassis technician.
This is the Honda CBR1000RR. It's Honda's most current, latest, and greatest leader bike. We took a stock bike in '06, strip it down, and start building from there up to make a superbike to compete in the series. It's 1,000 cc. It generates about 180 horsepower. It's different tracks we go to require different horsepower needs and wants and whatnot. It'll stop on a dime. The brakes are phenomenal on it. We run a 320 rotor with Nissan systems. We use all stainless Kevlar lines with CRG levers. And this baby will stop pretty quick. It does about, I think we've been clocked in the 200 range, 186 at Daytona on the straightaway, so she's pretty fast. The reason we warm the bikes up in the morning is just to make sure that there's no issues with them. Just want to make sure before we get on the track that we've confirmed that the bike runs, starts, there's no battery problems. And just get a little heat through the motor, get the oil warmed up before we take them out there and do 180 miles an hour.
Back at the team's home base in California, the engine technician spends most of his time between races tearing apart and rebuilding the most advanced motorcycle engines in production. However, his job description is much different during a race weekend. With all the major engine work out of the way, unless there's a failure at the track, during a typical race weekend, it's the engine technician's job to deal with the vast array of tire choices now available to Miguel and the team.
Well, we tried not to do too much engine work at the track. It's mostly done at the race shop. You know, if you're doing engine work here, there's a problem. So usually tires and wheels, a lot of different tires to sort through in a race weekend. Probably 4 or 5 different fronts, and usually 3 or 4 rears. So a lot of sorting and just keeping the rider happy, and maybe even more importantly, the crew chief.
Miggy's call. We got them all hot, right?
I reckon same.
Probably.
Al's actually one of the best crew chiefs in the paddock. He really is. He knows what he's doing. We get our job done, and there's no question about his decisions, for us anyways. He has a really good relationship with Miguel and with us, and again, it takes a whole team to do this, to make this effort, and he's part of it. He's a key member of the team, and he keeps us all together and working hard, and you know, he rewards us for our hard work.
The pit board is the sole means of communication between the pit crew and the rider during a race. The board lets the rider know not only how many laps are remaining in the race, but also his position in the field. If the rider isn't leading the race, it also shows him how much he needs to accelerate his lap time in order to catch the competitor up ahead. Both the rider and the team rely on the pit board man to have fast and accurate information up on the board for each lap. If the information is incorrect, the rider won't know how he's running in relationship to his competitors.
26 on that lap time. You don't have to worry about the lap time, TJ. My normal pit board guy didn't make the trip this weekend, so I've got a new guy, and I've got to make sure we're on the same page. Critical that he relays the right information to Miguel, whether it be Miguel's catching somebody or somebody's catching him. Miguel needs to be aware of that on his pit board. So I'll spend a little time going over the policies and procedures in that area that I like to see. And other than that, we're just working on the butterflies and waiting. Well, basically being new to the pit board side of things for the race, what we're going to look for is this. On the opening laps, first 2 or 3 laps, so the guys sort them out. Just going to see his position, his split, and his lap time. So we won't have any lap times to work off for the first 2 laps till they get settled in. Okay. My spotter's going to call me the position. I'm going to give it to you. That'll be on the top line. P1, P2, P3, P4, whatever it happens to be. Okay. For the first 2 or 3 laps, we're just going to give him a +0 until things sort themselves out. Unless he's at the tail end to say the front 4 guys in the back, and they're walking away from the back guys, then we'll amend that. But what you need to have out there and ready to go is a +0. Okay. On the bottom, we'll give you his lap time. Okay. It's very redundant, so if you can't get it up, it's not a big deal. He has a lap timer on his motorcycle, but in case we get any kind of problem with the beacon, the timer, the lap timer on the bike, we want to have a backup on the board. Okay. And after the race, be prepared. He'll tell you, oh, you had a 26.6 one lap, it was a 26.5. He'll straighten you right out on there. When we get down towards the end of the race, I'm going to tell you it's L10. You're going to take his lap time off, and you're going to put L10 on the bottom line. From then on in, every lap after that will be L9, L8, L7, L6, so on to the end of the race. Okay. That way, if he's in a position to bust a move, or he wants to bust a move, or he's fending somebody off, he'll know exactly where. The reason we don't do it anywhere before that, he'll see the crossed flags at 13. He'll know he's halfway through the race. He'll be looking for that L10 board. He can plot his strategy accordingly. Okay. Anything else that needs to go on the board, I'll dictate to you. If he's gaining on somebody that's a little bit ahead, I'll probably switch you over to minuses. I'll give you like a minus 1.5, and then I'll give you a minus 1.2. That way he knows he's making inroads to the guy ahead of him. He can put his head down and push. And vice versa, if he's got somebody coming up behind him, we'll show him a plus 2.5, plus 2.3, plus 2.2. In other words, you need to pick up your act and cover your donkey there.
We're going to take these bikes down to the pit wall and set them up down there because qualifying is going to start in an hour. So we want to get them set up and warm them up again and get the tires pressure set and just basically get them ready to go out on the racetrack. It's almost time for us to get it done.
After an early morning of preparation, anticipation builds. It's time for the Honda team to move from the garage to the track and set up for today's qualifying session. Over the last decade, electric tire warmers have become an essential tool in the team's pre-race preparation. This simple technology, much like a heating blanket, preheats the tires to 80 degrees before they even hit the pavement. Preheating the tires allows the rider to start a race with rubber that's already up to optimum tire pressure. This gives him the stick or traction he needs in order to navigate the track's twisty bits. Unlike other motorsports, an AMA race weekend actually consists of 2 independent races. During timed qualifying on Saturday, a rider's fastest lap or hot lap sets the grid for the race finals on both Saturday and Sunday.
Let's fire it up and get the warmers off, guys. We're 25 seconds away. Qualifying's a real exciting time for the crew because obviously you want the best qualifying position as possible, and usually it runs down to the last minute, especially with Miguel. He's extraordinary at throwing down a lap time the last second so that nobody can better it. Obviously you want to post your best time as late as possible because you don't want somebody going, ooh, boy, that's a good time. I need to go out there and beat that. You want them to go, oh, darn, I can't go out there and beat that time. I'm screwed. I just lost the position. Did that bring the setup back? Yeah. Okay, good. That was a nice lap.
After only a few laps, Miguel comes in for a pit stop. He's happy with the tire choice, but wants to try the same rear tire on a slightly smaller rim. See if it improves his corner transitions.
I really enjoy qualifying a lot. It's a high stress, really. It's just a really fun time of the day for me. It's it's a chance for us to shine as well as Miguel.
6-0, same tire, John.
Ready to go.
Make it matters.
You got it. Only about 2 inches.
Miguel tells Chris that he can't see the pit board as he comes by on the front straight. Without being able to see his pit board, Miguel has no idea what his lap time is.
When he has the inboard, when you give him the inboard, make sure you stick it way out there and wiggle it around. He said he couldn't see it before.
Okay.
All right, wiggle it around.
Okay.
I'm actually driving the hospitality bus. That's how I got here. We have a guy, Brian Uchida, who's normally doing the signboard for Miguel. Had another assignment back in LA, had to work that, so I was asked if I could step in and learn the signboard. I love it, it's racing. Let's go, learn something new.
The Mid-Ohio race circuit is 2.4 miles long. The track's lap record was set by Suzuki's #1 rider Matt Mladen back in 2005 at just a snick over 1 minute 26 seconds. Miguel is only a fraction of a second slower than the current record, clocking a 1 minute 26.3. He's just 0.3 of a second off the current record holder. Unfortunately for Miguel, news spreads through the paddock. Team Suzuki has just shattered the lap record here again, this time by more than a second. If Miguel wants the pole, he's going to have to put his head down.
to go around. If he doesn't come in this lap, he's going around. They're going to give him an inboard.
The key to laying down the fastest lap time during qualifying is to use a special rear wheel slick known as a Q.
Good job. I got a question for you. Do you want to get on the Qs or do you want to try this bike with this rim? 16 minutes. You only get a lap or two before we got to pick a bike and get Qs in.
No, let's just stay with this.
Okay, would you like to get a Q on now? See what it's going to do to the bike?
Give me a break and go out.
Okay, with a Q? Okay. Give me a Q.
The Q is the secret weapon in a Superbike team's tire arsenal. Made of super soft compound, the Q is extra sticky and provides maximum traction right from the get-go, allowing a rider to push his machine to the max. But the Q is so soft that it will only last for a couple of laps. Push it any harder and it will chunk and literally fall into pieces. The Honda technicians make some minor tweaks to the bike's setup. Now it's up to Miguel to lay down his fastest lap of the day.
Yeah, looks like we'll stay P4. That's where we wanted to be. Front row. Nobody's gonna knock us down.
Front row is good.
Yeah. Looks like P4.
At the end of the session, Miguel has qualified 4th overall, which puts him on the front row of the starting line for both Superbike finals this weekend. Not bad, but Team Honda is going to have to step it up a notch if they want to derail the Suzuki effort.
I saw the time and I figured there's no time to come in.
Yeah.
And if the bike went wheelie so much, I'd probably lose 3/10 just there because I'm like, if I could just, go through there wide open. You saw the wheelie.
Oh, yeah.
I'm in between. Do I shut up? I said, I'll just wheelie across as fast as I can.
She was a good one.
Wheelies suggest a problem with the bike's suspension setup. They can slow a rider's speed as he accelerates out of a corner. Unfortunately for the Honda team, it's too late to make any further changes to the bike's setup before the race this afternoon. Miguel now knows he'll be squaring off against Team Suzuki with a handicap.
I think we got what we got going into this one, but we got to get rid of some of them wheelies. Which means maybe we can lengthen the wheelbase in the morning. Fine job, he didn't bitch about you. It went okay, but we missed him one time, and he gets lonely when he didn't see the board. And I learned that quick. I went straight to Miguel and apologized to him and told him what the issue was and said, what can I do to make it better for you? What are you looking for as the rider coming down that straightaway? And he told me where he'd like to see it and how he'd like to see it, and I said, I'll do my best to get it done.
Went okay. We always want to see P1. We got P4, which is still the front row, and on a track like this, it's turn 1. P4 isn't a bad option either because of the way they go into turn 1. So if we can get a good start, I think we'll be fine. We'll be right up there with the top guys, that's for sure. That's the positive side of it. Right now what we're doing is what we call race prep, and we just look the bike over very thoroughly. We go through and retorque everything, clean certain parts like brakes, chain, we lube the chain, and just give the bike a good general look over. Make sure that it's ready to go out there and do battle. Let's lube up the throttle tube as well.
The AMA Road Racing Series has a Dunlop tire unit that travels with the series. Dunlop continually works with AMA road racing teams to develop the fastest rubber on 2 wheels. Since Dunlop is supplying all of the top AMA teams with tires, they know exactly what tire compounds are getting the best results this weekend.
Dunlop has the largest percent of the fitment in the paddock because they do the most development and they have the best tire. Michelin dabbles now and then. They jump in the market, they jump out of the market, but they're not consistently here developing a tire. Dunlop develops. We've probably seen 25 different styles and compounds of tires this year, and typically they're better than the one we saw before. So they cover every major factory Superbike team, and they cover most of the privateers that go fast, and that's why you see this operation here. These guys bust their ass week in and week out to try and make us look good, and that's not an easy job most of the time. They're basically fitting and balancing tires. We drop off our used tires, they strip them down, they fit our selection on a new rim, they balance it, make sure everything's good, rack it up, we come and get it, burn them up, and it starts all over again. We're still debating about tire choice after that qualifying session. Miguel's tire choice is for the softer tire. Typically with this new style tire, they tend to work better. The soft tire tends to work better on a hot track, is our experience, which is counter to what you'd think. You'd think hot track, harder tire, better result. Well, that seems to be holding true with the Suzukis. They all did their quick times on hard tires. We know our bike's easier on a soft tire, and that's what Miguel's comfortable with right now. So I'm just over here getting some opinions, seeing what they know about what other people ran, what kind of lap times, what kind of tire temperatures they're seeing, and their gut feeling on whether our tire choice is going to go the distance. Miguel's thoughts, 34-34, which I know you don't want to hear, and he's afraid a 6-inch will overheat it too much. He thinks he's better off on the 5.75. He said when he got on the 6.0, there's a lot of movement. He's afraid that's generating a lot of heat.
Yeah.
I know your boy went fast on the 31.27.
Yes.
What about the other guy?
31.27.
Both of them did their fast time on a 31.27.
All three.
Oh, Yates too.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, that's kind of typical for that bike, though. They tend to lean harder anyway, don't they?
Well, yeah, yeah.
An hour before race time, many of the top Superbike teams roll their motorcycles into the paddock. It's a great chance for race fans to see their favorite machines up close and personal. For motorcycle racing fanatics, it's a thrill to get this close to the fastest road racing machines in North America.
I don't let anybody touch the motorcycle between now and race time, except for crew members. But just any old patron coming up and touching it, I just feel it's bad luck. And I don't know why, I don't know where it came from, but something inside me says, you know, only those that have really loved the motorcycle are allowed to touch it before the race.
Racing on any given weekend just can encompass the whole human emotional range, from the lowest lows to the highest highs. You know, winning, that's everything right there. If you come close, it just makes you try harder. And everything else, all the paperwork, all the BS back at the shop, in the office, qualifying, everything leads up to this. This is what we're here for. And the beauty of racing is, after the race, there's no excuses. You either get first, you get second, you get third, you get fourth. If you didn't get first, you got to figure out how to get first. There's no if-onlys. The only if-only is, how are you going to get first next time? And that's the beauty of it. There's no excuses, there's only results, and there's only the desire to get to the top.
I always get choked up at that one.
You'd have to classify Miguel as one of the best racers in the world. He's the oldest professional currently competing. Something tells me that when Miguel starts drawing a Social Security check will be the day he hangs up his leathers. You know, he's a fierce competitor, and he gives everything he's got every time he goes out on the racetrack. Anybody here that races against him will tell you he's like a dog with a stake, man. He gets his teeth around it. He is not going to let go. He's going to do everything he can to get that stake. Neil Hodgson on the Ducatis behind us. Neil is I believe he's a two-time world champion. I know he's at least won a World Superbike championship, so he's no slouch. We got to keep an eye over our shoulder and keep him back there. Suzuki's had a real good bike the past couple of years. They've had a lock on winning, and we want to break that lock, and Miguel's the guy for the job. Okay, it's simple. You get one of them MD hole shots, hang with the leaders, and zap them at the end.
Fun begins.
This morning when I was talking with Al, and then I talked to Miguel after qualifying, he had said just get that board out there as far as you can. Just get over that wall as far as you can and hang it out there. So when I tried to get up on the wall, the belt buckle was catching and also then scraping, and I thought, well, it's going to be a little easier without a belt. So I just pulled the belt off and tried it, no problem. No scraping, no issues, no, you know, I don't want to fall down off the wall. Especially my first time out. They'd never let me live that down.
As soon as you get the numbers on there, put that damn board over. That wasn't the best time to put the board over. So this is the hard part, is finding this. We don't need that in there. You don't like to see that. And make sure this is like that. And then the number there so we can see. And then spread them out just a little bit because he only has that long to look at it, you know what I mean? So he has to take a picture of it, essentially. And
Al's talking to me in my ear, and Chris is talking to me on the outside, and it ended up causing a little bit of confusion, so I just started listening to what was in my ear because Al's making the calls. You know what you can do? You can run the stopwatch.
okay.
That'll help.
Where are we at? P what? If you don't get a P before they come around, rank that 4 off and just get the board out there.
Okay.
No
Get out
P
of
if
the
you
way,
can't. If
guys.
you can't get it, it's
There
better
you
for him
go.
to see the board if there's nothing on it than to throw something wrong out there, or to not throw it out.
Spotter's gonna call it in, right? Fucking
Hopefully.
Bostrom's holding everybody up.
Here he comes, dude.
10-4, P4.
Get it out there. Get it out there. There you go. Good job. Good job. Good job. Come on, Miguel. All right, you got that pole in the way. Can I ask a favor of you? You threw your board out there right when the guys were crossing. You blocked our guy, and he's in front of you. So just maybe wait until a little bit after. I'm just asking as a favor. You know, whatever you can do, man. That's cool.
You're right, you're good. Is that what you're saying, Phil? Just shaking it.
Yeah, all right. You want to come over and work ours? Because you're doing good.
Nicely done. Miguel into second, P2.
Come on, Jay. Come on.
Jake up into third. Let's keep an eye on that split.
It is crucial that the crew chiefs and their pit crews know what is happening out on the track at every moment of the race. Many teams have spotters scattered around the circuit, but they also monitor the race through a live television broadcast feed wired directly into each team's pit. The AMA timing and scoring officials provide computerized information to these video feeds as well. The teams can watch the race unfold and monitor each of the riders' lap times.
Matt's looking for a way through, boy. During the race, I'll be keeping an eye on the monitor, watching the race coverage, and I'll be communicating with the pit board, and I'll be receiving information from the spotter. We have a spotter out about half track. He'll be giving me Miguel's position in splits. I'll take that information in with what I'm seeing on the monitor, what I know about what's going on the racetrack, and I'll be radioing over to the signboard guy what kind of information I want to relay to Miguel. Other than that, I'll be sitting there with my stomach churning, hoping for the best and hoping we make the right decision on tires. And of course, anytime he goes faster or slower than what I think is normal, I'll be worried about that as well. So that's what I do, worry and keep an eye on what's going on and relay that information to his pit board. Okay, Mladen up into P2. It's going to be a +0 situation. Make it a 0.5, TJ. I want him to know that Matt got around and he's coming.
I gave that reduction in split so he'd know that something was up back there. But Matt's right on him right now. Roger that. P2 +0.
Here we go. Come on, Miguel. Come on, Miguel. Get him, get him, get him. P3.
Matt's holding this parade up, I think. These guys don't quit goofing off. Yates is going to come join this party. PJ is the starter, ready with a halfway flag down there. Should see crossed flags at the halfway point when Speeds comes by.
+0.
Yeah, Jake's mounting the charge, no question about it. Red flag, red flag. We got a red flag. Damn it. Let's get some tires on this thing. Maybe 2 liters. Tires, both ends, 2 liters of gas. See what he has to say.
Can I get the fuel equipment, Robert?
A red flag tells the riders that the track has become too dangerous for the race to continue. In most cases, someone has crashed and there's debris on the racing line. When a red is waved, the competitors must stop immediately and await instructions from the corner workers. Usually, they must return directly to their pits before being called back to the grid for a restart. This unscheduled break gives the pit crews crucial minutes to change tires, refuel, and deal with any mechanical issues affecting the bike's performance.
You're looking good, man. Jake, he's got no places where he's got you covered or anything. You know, he looks up the inside here and there and there, but it doesn't look, you know, it looked like he put his head down and put a real hard charge on for a couple laps and couldn't come up with anything.
Yeah.
Your knee puck gonna be all right?
Yeah. Yeah, I hit that so fucking
Down
hard.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it should be okay.
I got more.
Yeah, maybe a new one.
No changes.
Then Anne's got it.
Okay.
I need a screwdriver though.
We'll get you. You got one? Yes.
Do you have extra 237?
No, I only had 2. Check my rack.
On the other side of the tent is the Superbike team of rider Jake Zemke. Though both teams ride for Honda America, they are also in direct competition with each other.
Dickheads didn't have any proper tires mounted up. They wanted a 237, so I gave them our 237. Okay, they owe us a 237.
Our third 237.
Correct. They owe us a 237.
Yeah.
During the red flag, the Zemke crew chief came over and wanted a softer front tire. I don't know why they weren't prepared, but anyway, it's a mixed bag. Here it is. We got Jake hot on our tail out on the racetrack, and I really don't want to give him an advantage, but he's also my teammate, so I need to help him out. I hate giving Jake a better front tire when he's sitting right on my fucking ass. Bob, next time, please adequately prepare your tire inventory.
One wheel. One of
Yes. No, it's your chest hair, but it sticks good.
Good luck, Miguel. Let's get him.
Give him hell, bro.
Give him hell.
Now we got a little bit of everything going on, huh? Got a good race going on, a little red flag action. This is living here, baby. Just crack a beer right now, it'd be in heaven.
Get that start we're dreaming of. Oh. Next Ducati's in. Broke the speed limit. He's gonna get a ticket. Here we go. Come on, Miguel. Get it, get it, get it, get it. Come on, get in there, get in there. P2, P2. Yes! P1, boom! Come on, P1, P1. That's the whole shot we needed. Red is our favorite color today.
Hodgson, that's excellent. Hodgson's got a big problem, which suits us fine.
Chasing Miguel now is Neil Hodgson on his Italian-made Ducati. Luckily for Team Honda, he's fallen more than a lap behind Miguel.
25.5, baby.
smoking lap of 25.6, baby.
Miguel's hold on first is short-lived, as Ben Spies on his Suzuki passes and quickly leaves the pack behind. Then several minutes later, Spies' teammate Matt Mladen is pressuring Miguel from behind. Miguel and his Honda are now the meat in a Suzuki sandwich.
Come on, baby, come on! I need an L8, I need a P2, and I need whatever plus Steve calls.
Damn it, P3. Here we come. Throw it out there. Come on, Miguel. Good job, Miguel. Come on, get him, get him, get him, get him, get him, get him.
In the final moments of the race, Miguel drops to third, and the Honda team knows that there's not enough time for him to catch and overtake Mladen again. Though Miguel and Team Honda are disappointed, things are much worse for their Honda teammates next door.
Oh. 98 staying late.
Jake Zemke has crashed out of the race. He walked away from the get-off, but his Superbike is a write-off. It is the last lap. The entire pit crew moves to the wall bordering the front straight to cheer Miguel on as he crosses the finish line. Miguel has given it everything he has today, but it wasn't enough to catch Team Suzuki.
Nice wheelie. Good job, TJ. Good job.
Not bad, we'll take it.
Good job.
Good job, man. We'll make it better tomorrow.
Good job, guys.
DJ,
P3
right on,
will
man.
take it.
Thanks. Good job. No worries.
That L4 thing going.
Yeah, don't worry about it. We made bigger mistakes.
Went pretty well. Made a mistake, but we ended up on the podium, so it might get washed out. I gave him lap 4 twice, counting down laps from 10 to 0. He may or may not have noticed.
Hell, Ray, we're going. A couple more years, we'll be on you.
I was hoping tomorrow,
Good luck,
maybe
guys.
just one more place up there.
Hey, it ain't from lack of trying, pal.
Well, well, well.
All right, not so bad. Neil had a problem. That helped us out a lot. Gives us some breathing room. James, not bad. Oh, sorry,
Good job, Miguel. Good hard work.
Good job, Ben. You totally roosted Dice K.
Oh, did I?
Oh man, you should have seen Jake's get off, man.
What?
Jake's get off top
I
of the
saw it.
keyhole.
I came back, I said,
Dude, that bike
okay.
that slid, it went straight up in the air, went slam right upside down, and then you roost Dice K. Insult to injury. Nice
That's
job.
terrible.
Nice job, man.
Thanks, dude. Hey,
25.6.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Spin him around, we'll see victory lane behind him.
It's fine right here.
Okay, well, whatever.
Miguel Duhamel, boy, it feels like home back on the podium for you, doesn't it? Congratulations.
Yeah, I know, it's really nice to be up here at the CBR1000. The team worked hard, and we gave the best we could there, and where's the other? I got it. And it felt pretty good, but you know, we just didn't quite have enough. But hopefully we'll make some adjustments today and tonight and tomorrow. I'll have the warm up and hopefully be up there. Have something for Matt and Ben. So,
All right. Miguel Duhamel, is that all you want to say?
That's it.
All right.
Hopefully back here tomorrow.
Look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow. Miguel, third at Mid-Ohio.
Woo, Miguel!
Bike number 100, number 1 is in the history book. Ladies and gentlemen, Ben Spies, Matt Mladen, and Miguel.
Well, we got got third on the podium. I'd like to have seen better, but we definitely can't complain about getting up there. And the whole team did well, and Miguel did excellent. We always want to get up higher on the podium, but can't complain. Third place is great.
Good job, buddy. The game plan was to gap Neil some points. He helped us out a lot on that. We made 14 points on him, which gives us 26-point pad back to fourth, which is a little bit of breathing room, a little more comfortable than 12. We showed we can run with the Suzukis a little bit. We need to get the thing to run with them a lot of it. So tomorrow we'll set up one bike with the changes we think will work. We'll leave the other bike alone because it wasn't too bad, and we'll see what tomorrow brings us.
Early Sunday morning, AMA fans begin to pour into the Mid-Ohio racetrack for the second and final Superbike race on the weekend. The Honda team has already implemented changes to Miguel's setup that they hope will deal with the wheelie problems encountered yesterday. They will have one practice session this morning to see if the changes have worked.
Well, yesterday we had a little bit of a problem with the bike wheeling out of the corners, and that can affect his drive, which affects his time. So we went ahead yesterday. We thought we could cure it by running a heavy axle. And we've taken our front axles and packed the end of them here with lead. The standard axle's hollow. So put that in there. That didn't really seem to help. It helped a little bit, but not as much as he needed. So what we decided to do is go ahead and drop a tooth on the back and move the back wheel back about 4 millimeters. The wheelbase being longer, it'll make it a little bit more difficult for the bike to wheelie, which hopefully will get him out of the corner without wheeling and losing his drive. But the other bad thing about it is it could make it not want to flop in to the turns the way he wants. So there's like a fine edge, a fine line drawn there. What's the best way? And the only way we'll be able to tell is that bike's been set up with the wheelbase change. This one's standard like it was raced yesterday. And he'll jump back and forth between the two bikes and pick the one that he feels is the best.
The Honda pit crew moves to pit lane to prepare for their half-hour practice session. This will be their last chance to give Miguel the edge he needs to take Suzuki on in this afternoon's race. These guys know that there are only 6 races left in the current season, and if Miguel can't break Suzuki's lock on first and second today, the chances of moving beyond third place in the overall AMA point standings are very slim. Al measures the track's surface temperature in an effort to reassure himself that he has made the right tire choice for today's final.
Well, that right there won't do much for us because it's going to be a lot hotter during the race, so we got to keep that into consideration.
In this practice session, Miguel will start on his A bike, the one he rode in yesterday's race. One quick lap, out and in, this time with a harder tire compound used by Suzuki the day before. He will then come in and change the rear tire back to the softer tire compound he ran yesterday. After back-to-back tire comparisons, he'll come in again and try his B bike. This one has a different suspension setup altogether, with a slightly longer wheelbase and a softer spring in the rear shock. The team hopes this will eliminate yesterday's annoying wheelie problems.
Okay, so out and in, about 1 minute right now. Out and in on your primary bike. Let us just take a quick peek and then go ahead and see what that tire's all about. If you want to change on to a 34-34 to do a direct comparison, we have one ready to go. Otherwise, if you got a pretty good feel for it, let's jump on that other bike and see what it does with a little longer with that compression in the nose.
You're gonna get a proper ass chewing for this one, buddy.
Maybe this time I'll listen.
I've told you 8 times now. I don't think you're gonna listen. Dave Pressler forgot to safety wire our fill cap, so he's gonna get an ass chewing now for it. It's against AMA regulations.
The AMA series requires that all competition motorcycles have any removable parts steel wired or race wired as it's known directly to the bike in order to limit track debris during an accident.
This is one f***ed up wire job. I think I've forgotten how to do it.
Strip them down, Chris. Let's go.
Let's go.
We're 5 seconds late.
New brake pads, out and in. Easy first, medium second.
As Miguel prepares to test his A-bike with the new tire, Chris detects a glitch with the bike's onboard lap timer. Miguel waves it off. He cannot afford to miss any track time if they're going to get their problems sorted out.
Hey, he's supposed to come in. Just went by. Throw him an inboard. Throw him an inboard. He was supposed to come in. But he's hooked up with Matt, so he's probably giving it a try.
Miguel's lap time has significantly improved with the harder tire. After one hot lap, he comes in and the pit crew replaces the slick with the softer version, so that Miguel can make a direct comparison between the two tires. This tire change must be done with lightning speed, as precious practice time is ticking away.
Bike just doesn't look comfortable at all. The rear wheel, a big wobble out of the wheel as he leans it over there just at the pit exit curving, and just the whole bike just doesn't look. He just doesn't look comfortable on it, and the bike doesn't look like it's really responding like you would want it to. When you watch Ben Speed's coming around there, and the bike is just smooth as silk comes around that turn, and he's able to get on the power a little bit early, and that's what drives
Ready?
the bike to that exit.
We're good.
As in other forms of motorsport, computers are an essential tool in the pit crew's arsenal. They're used to download data from the Superbike's onboard computer and sensors. These sensors record every aspect of a bike's performance while out on the track. From engine management to suspension travel, this information is vital to both the rider and his tuners.
Oh, you just pissed him right off. Data guy was a little bit long at his job there. Miguel didn't like that. We'll have to straighten him up with an ass chewing.
Even on the straightaway here, you hear shift at different points. You know, just in front of me, and that makes it shift the whole straightaway. And
Miguel comes in for another pit stop to try out his B-bike with the alternative setup. The Honda team already knows that the harder tire has improved their speed. If this new suspension setup eliminates Miguel's wheelie problems, they may just have the ticket they need to take down the Suzukis in this afternoon's final.
Front tire's pretty shagola, man.
After the brief practice session, the Honda team sits down with Miguel to get his feedback on the harder tire and the new setup. After only 30 minutes of testing, the crew has some tough decisions to make. Which bike to race, which tire to run. Ultimately, it'll be up to Miguel to make the call.
A little movement, but the biggest problem is braking and steering in. The thing didn't want to steer in as well.
I wonder if we should leave that out and bring the shock length up just a little bit.
About
Reduce the wheelies.
Well,
But of course, we're guessing going into the race.
I was thinking more like go back to our setup from yesterday, and maybe just a hair on the.
We looked at some different rubber this morning in warm up, and we looked at a different setup on the second bike. Unfortunately, it was such a short session, we didn't get a good chance to shake down that other bike. It showed some potential, but we need a little time to dial it in, so it's too risky to go for that second setup in the race.
Just doing our fuel out so we can calculate our mileage, see how well he did. We put a predetermined amount in. We know how many laps he went, so we know how many K the motor went. So then we measure what comes out, and we can figure out what its consumption is. And we can figure out what we want to put in the fuel tank for the race, because we like to keep the minimal amount in without a cushion so he doesn't run out, you know. That's why if there's a red flag, we're putting a couple liters in, because, you know, we're going to use up that cushion with him running around the extra laps, you know, for pre-gridding and so on.
Miguel likes the track a lot. It really suits his style. He's gone really well here. I think he's had like 6 or 7 victories here over the years, so that bodes well. You know, when the rider knows that he can win at a particular circuit, that gives him a good mental boost, and it also motivates the crew. Win, lose, or draw at the end of the race, he will have the biggest autograph line in the paddock, bar none. Week in, week out. And it really charges you up to work with a guy like that.
Okay, we're coming up on race 2. First time on the track since this morning warm-up. Made a few tiny little changes to the motorcycle, still trying to clean up the areas he's having trouble with. We weren't too far off yesterday, so we don't make big changes. My rule of thumb is if you're close, make little changes. If you're way off, make big changes. Obviously, we're close, so hoping we can move it up a spot or 2 today. Miguel's pretty happy with the bike. Changed our tire choice for today. Hopefully that'll go for us. Track temperature's as hot as it was yesterday. We're going to run with the tire that the leaders had on yesterday. Not that we had any problems with ours, but if we can get a little more out of the tire, that'll help us run a little further up front. So here we go.
Yeah, today they're sticking me out there on my own, just throwing me into the fire, trial by fire basically, and I'm ready. That's what I want. I wanted it yesterday. I think you learn quicker that way.
There is much tension on the starting grid. The Honda team knows their bike still has a wheelie problem. Even with the new tire choice, Miguel is going to have to push both himself and his Superbike to the limit if he's going to finish better than 3rd today.
What's this, the old man line?
Better than hopping the fence.
I used to jump right over the wall. That was a few years ago, though.
Today's our day. Get him.
Ready, here we go. We're ready. He's gonna be P3 or 4. Depends on if he bends in on Jake.
Nice. Fat, throw it down a hole.
That was 1.5 seconds quicker than his outlap yesterday's race.
We get a 0.5, please, TJ. P2 0.5 plus 0.5.
In race 2, almost immediately, Miguel grabs 2nd place. But Matt Mladen is pushing Miguel hard from behind. As the battle for 2nd unfolds, we see the AMA Superbike Racing Series at its best.
He got 0.5 out. The biggie, we'll modify it. He might have it again. He's looking really solid. Matt's up on him, though.
Miguel consistently clicks off faster laps than the day before, but amazingly, Matt Mladen is mounting a charge that seems almost superhuman. The 2 riders push their Superbikes to the edge. in an awesome combat for second place. With less than a second separating the riders, Mladen waits for Miguel to make a mistake in the hopes that he can make the pass stick.
Hold him off, hold him off, hold him off, hold him off, hold him off. Good job, good job.
Every eye in the Team Honda pit is glued to the television monitor as Matt Mladen and Miguel take the battle for second down to the wire.
Okay, it'll be an L3 next time. We got a battle on our hands.
Amazingly, Miguel has managed to hold off Matt at every turn, but the gap between the riders is growing smaller with every lap. Eventually, the duel takes its toll on Miguel's tires, and he's forced to give up second spot to the pursuing Suzuki. Now it's Miguel's turn to pressure the Suzuki rider, showing a wheel in almost every corner, waiting for any opportunity to regain second place. But time is quickly running out.
With a plus 13, but if Miguel gets back into second, just
Come on, Miguel, come on,
get up the board.
Ought to be a burner of the last lap. Roger that. No one on that thing, right?
Well, now, go! Come on, do it. Do it.
The dogfight for second continues unabated heading into the very last corner. The Honda pit crew waits trackside for the riders to round the bend, hoping to see the red and white number 17 leading the blue Suzuki number 1.
Thanks. That's racing. Third's all right. Would have liked to have second, but third's good too. We'll take it.
Another third place, just like yesterday, but his lap times were a lot faster. I'd say he was probably 10 seconds quicker this race than he was yesterday, so that's progress, and that's what it's all about. You know, we got to keep making the thing better, get up there for the win, but he's riding really good. He's happy with the bike, so we're just going to push it on from here. These next tracks we go to, Virginia, Road Atlanta, come back here, all tracks he loves, we're going to get it.
Third on the box today, Miguel does his best to put on a brave face. However, those close to the rider know third place may as well be last place.
Your second place finisher, Matt Mladen. Here comes in Stuart from Weiska.
He fought really hard all the way through, and some lap traffic kind of helped us and then hurt us, and then towards the end it just came down to who could get through the traffic first, and then Matt seemed to they kept doing the yo-yo thing back and forth and whatnot, and then Matt just went around him and just couldn't. Miguel just didn't seem to be able to make up the ground on him at that point. His tires were probably going away.
I think the race went really well. It's closer than we've been all year. I'm sure Miguel's very happy. Very happy. I'm very happy. Pack up, get on out of Dodge. Get on out of Lexington, Ohio.
We want you back here in September for 2 more
Right on, boys,
motorcycle
thanks.
weekends, as we're going to see these riders the last week in September put the coda on the 2006 championship. On behalf of our entire Mid-Ohio family, thank you for being with us. We treat you a great weekend of racing.